I look pretty rough. Went to the gym, came home, made dinner, put everybody to bed, and this is what's left. So anyway, took the boys off to like a nature preserve today to try to fill up the time and give them something fun to do, and we had a really great time, but it was so hot. Beautiful dragonfly. Wow. Hold you. Hang on just a second. Stratosphere off in the distance over there, and the rest of the city. Look at that.
I love you. I love you, Silly. I love it more than you.
All right, I think it's time to go home. We've been here all morning and I'm kind of tired. I just gave you a snack.
My crackers.
We're gonna go home and have lunch. For lunch, I had a wellness wrap with 3 ounces of chicken breasts, 1 Laughing Cow cheese, and then I had this beautiful salad with spinach and blueberries, apricots, 1 tablespoon of blue cheese, and vinaigrette. It was awesome. A 5-point snack before gym. I'm going to have these little cakes here. 1 point of PB2. Unsweetened almond milk, and no judgment please, but I'm going to pour some of this on there and it's just going to really satisfy me. Sometimes I got to do something so weird. Bright. We're on our way out to the gym, and I did not get a workout this morning because now all 3 boys are home, so we had to find something to do. So we went to the Springs Preserve in town, and it's kind of like a neat place, and they have like a lot of things that you have in the desert, you know, teaching. It's like a teaching place. It's like a discovery museum type thing for the kids, and they love it. So we had a really good time there. I actually kind of dehydrated a bit and ended up with a headache because we were out in the hot sun, and I took water, but it just didn't seem enough, you know, and the kids kept drinking, trying to stay hydrated. And once the sun comes out in Vegas, boy, forget it. I mean, it's just really hard to stay hydrated. This is my dinner. I've got 0-point squash with, it's what I used to have growing up. We called it calabacitas. It was squash and onions and tomatoes, and that's the zucchini from our garden. And just it's a 0-point smattering of the fat-free cheese. Then I've got this natural chicken sausage from Trader Joe's here for 3 points, and then an Olay wellness wrap for 1 point, which I put a 1/4 cup of non-fat refried beans in for 1 point, and a tablespoon of non-fat cheese. So altogether this comes out to 5 points, and this is my dinner. And that leaves me with 8 points tonight, but I may still have something after this for dessert. Right. We'll see. So today has been kind of busy, and I need to catch up on some of my videos. I noticed there were some new ones that came out from my friends, and I really want to see them. But it's like if I'm watching during the day when all the boys are up, it's like, oh my goodness, I get interrupted like every 5 seconds, and I have to pause it, and I don't want to like be taking the time when I'm supposed to be giving it to them. And then so I thought, you know what, and then I want to relish those videos that my friends put out so that I can really enjoy them. I just really want to enjoy them. That's like one of the things I like to do. But then when they went down for a nap this afternoon and for rest time, I actually had to do a lot of research on my homeschooling project coming up. So I was looking at different websites and looking at curriculum and checking out the recent laws and statutes of the, you know, county and the state to make sure that we're going to be on the up and up, you know, when all of that goes down. So I had to spend some time doing that. So I couldn't catch up on my videos, so I'm going to be doing that now. But anyway, then some of them I was able to watch earlier, like when I was working out, but since I was working out, I couldn't like comment, so I'm going to go back and comment on the ones that I did watch now. But I wanted to talk to you really quick about, I was thinking about that word of the week, my vision word, which is overcomer, right? And I was thinking about how one of the things that I had overcome was one of the things that a lot of us are going to have to overcome is what people think of you based on what they think they know about you. And I think that happens to everybody. Everybody has to overcome something, that a perception that somebody has of them based on maybe something that's not totally accurate. And then it's up to you. It's up to the person to prove them wrong and to prove it to themselves and to, you know what I mean, to bust out of that. And back when I was, when I first met my husband, we were in junior college, and we were both in photography classes. Well, we were in different photography classes at this time. I happened to have been in a class with an old boyfriend. I use that term loosely, but we were in a class, and we weren't compatible, and I think he was much more of a distraction. He was constantly like getting into my business when I was trying to do my work. He would come in and try to take over and just kind of be a boss, and I can't just blame it on him. I finally I backed up, and I just didn't really care, I guess. But I guess the stuff I was putting out was kind of mediocre. But when you're a teacher, I know that you have to try to pull the best out of your student. You have to try to inspire them to bring the best out of themselves. That's a better way to put it. And the teacher that I had at that time saw the mediocre work that I was putting out, and instead of inspiring me or finding some spark, what he told me was, he said, "You're never going to be a photographer." He said, "There's no, you're just not. You don't have it. You just don't have it." And he didn't say it in a challenging way. He said it in a way that he just summed me up, and he made his decision based on the perception he had of me at the time, and that was it. And it hurt my feelings at the time. It really did, because I felt that he was judging me incorrectly because I knew I wasn't giving my best. But it really, I don't know, kind of drove me a little bit. That's something that I think I've learned about myself, is that when somebody tells me that I can't do it, I really do push harder to prove that I can. And I don't care if they see it or not, I prove it to myself that I can. And it's just been something that happened. But it happened back then. And, I took another photography teacher's class. That's where I met my husband. And we got along very well in there. By this time, the old boyfriend is history. And this is something, a love for photography has been something that my husband and I have shared ever since. But what happened was that I really started to apply myself. And what happened was that instructor was very much wowed by the work that I was doing at the time. And then after that, years after that, I went on to enter many different types of photography contests that were not just in the United States, but in other parts of the world as well, and had taken a lot of honors and a lot of different awards. And after that, it was one of the things that I went to school for, teaching in art and photography and sculpture and other things, printmaking, and photography was one of my focuses. And I did end up getting a lot of different awards and achievements on that end, and well into college, and then ended up even teaching and teaching photography. And some of the students that we've had teaching them, they're so amazing. And what's really beautiful is that as a teacher, you can see your influence in that person, and you really can't take, much credit. You can't take credit for their work, but you can take credit for inspiring them onward. And I've tried to do that with them, and it brings so much joy to me to know that I was able to give back and overcome somebody's perception of me, never amounting to anything in that field, and being able to accomplish so much, so that some of these students are very accomplished now and they're really on their way. They've really had a love for something like that, for photography, that they would never have had I not overcame that first obstacle and I believed what somebody said about me. So anyway, that was just something that I thought maybe I would share and just let you know. Doesn't matter what anybody says about you, ever. If anybody ever looks down on you for any reason, they have a perception about you that that is built on a very small thing that they're able to perceive. But it's not about you. It's not on the real you. It's based on some sort of misperception. And you just have to believe that. You have to believe that. You have to be your biggest fan. Don't ever give up on yourself. And go out there and overcome what anybody else thinks about you. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you today. I ended up with 8 points today, left over at the end of the day. Yes. And tomorrow, I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see you then. And then the day after that is weigh-in day. So I'll be real careful with my calories tomorrow and what I'm having. So anyway, I love you guys a lot. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow. We are on our way to the gym at 4:05 in the evening, early afternoon, whatever you call it. And
that clock is
that would be
wrong.
late afternoon. Oh, that clock is wrong.
Wrong,
We're not going at
wrong.
4:05. What time is it?
It's gotta be 5:30.
Oh, gee whiz, like 5:30?
What's that say?
Man, I'm all messed up. It's 5:30. Okay, thank goodness for the second clock here. All right, anyway, I guess I don't even know what time of day it is. Forget it.